Ewoks. Ewoks? Ewoks, Ewoks, Ewoks. Ewoks are the main problem with Return of the Jedi that I just hear way too often. I will not stand for this slander on the greatest movie of all time. Not the greatest Star Wars, but this is the greatest movie. It's up there with the greats like Rocky IV, Anchorman 2, just to name a few. Not up there with, above, like the best. That's no easy milestone at all. And the Ewoks get so much hate. One of these haters, sadly, is one of our own, Layne. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Layne. There's no beef here. Love the guy, but here we go. So Layne, he loves Empire. He thinks they're cool. And he just gets a little upset whenever he sees teddy bears make them look bad, like they kind of do in Return of the Jedi on the Forest Moon of Endor. And does that happen? I mean, yeah, they lost. When you lose, you look bad. And Ewoks are just the best. Like, by no means does this mean the Empire is terrible. Like, you know, maybe they're not the clones, but they're not terrible. Ewoks are just better. One of the reasons why, they had home field advantage on the Forest Moon of Endor. And that's just such a big advantage. Also, I've never heard anyone say this other than me. I've been saying this for a long time. I would not be surprised if I've said it before in a previous DUEP video. I don't think I have, but it wouldn't surprise me. But if somebody else did say this too, that's cool, I guess. The battle on Endor, the Forest Moon of Endor, my bad, just reminds me of something from history. Yeah, you guessed it. The Revolutionary War. Obviously, the one that happened in 1776, with America being the winners, of course, because that's why we are not an extension of Britain anymore. So America here would be representing the Ewoks. Yes, and then the Empire would be the British. So the losers are the British, the Empire. And it's just, yeah. So let's look at why we won and why the Ewoks won. Well, we used unorthodox tactics like guerrilla warfare. That just comes with home field advantage. We could do that. We know our land better. And I don't think it's terrible storytelling at all. I love the history, you know? And it's just not terrible storytelling that teddy bears can beat the Empire. And yeah, I mean, if you hate America, you could go ahead and say that slander, but like, won't hear it from me. And then, also, who doesn't like an underdog story? Like, we beat the British. That was considered like one of the greatest the greatest army at the time, and we just absolutely destroyed them. Not even close. Easy dub. Did we have a little help from French? Yeah, from France, not French. From France. Yes, we did. Just like the Ewoks had a little help from our heroes in the movie. And hating on Ewoks is just not a logical reason to hate the greatest movie of all time. The only minor issue that I could even see the point of people bringing up would be this scene. And like, it's pretty bad. But it's such a small scene, and like, you know, some good things come from it. Like, Boba Fett looks kind of cool in it, you know? You could like laugh at it a little later. But that's the only reason why people could say that this movie is not just absolute perfection. Which even with the scene, I think it is. Almost. You know, nothing's perfect other than Jesus, but like, it's pretty up there. And Layne, and people like Layne, I just say you can hate on the EWOKS all you want, but deep down, you just wish the Brits won the war. And that's okay. Wrong, stupid, but okay. Thank you, and
Don't just have a great night. Have an American night.
He eventually surrendered. Cornwallis himself hid in shame, appointing his subordinate to relinquish his sword. With the war ending and our militia disbanding, I take measure of what we have lost.